Hey guys, how are you doing? Happy Monday to you. Um, how are you swimming in the waters, we should say? On loop, I'm sitting here just kind of researching to the side while I look at the chart, you guys. On loop, I keep thinking about Sedna. And if you're not familiar with Sedna, I don't, I really would ideally, as I daydream between YouTube and a podcast, I would love to have a schedule where like we delve into certain things. Gosh, my list is so long, you guys. But for at this moment, right at present, we just kind of channel with spirit and run through our weekly, lineup. But I've been hearing like just Sedna on loop. And of course, I love to follow different teachers that I respect and admire. I've heard a lot of people give talks on Sedna. And, okay. What? Did my computer tab just cleared everything? That was so weird. You guys, I don't know. Anyway, Saturn and Pluto in retrograde. Not a Mercury retrograde, but it's almost this vibe of Saturn refuses to let you deny yourself of emotional maturity anymore. So it's like Saturn and Pluto are teaming up together, and it's like, whatever, we gotta get your, I don't know, pull from out in front of your face, It's almost like they will, I don't want to say create towers. I mean, for some, it could be. But I don't know. I don't want to say it's weird. It's divinely timed and it's perfect, right? But it's this energy of almost like, oh, you don't need to be looking at that. Boom, it's closed. It gives like Mercury retrograde, this combo, this team of, and then of course we've got Jupiter and Gemini, right? So it's almost like being disciplined. Ooh, hold on. Come through, spirit, come through. It's like being disciplined in where we give our attention and focus. And Pluto and Aquarius just saying Pluto is retrograde, right? Now along with Saturn. Ooh, nuh-uh. Spirit just reminded me also Neptune. These big, how would we say, gatekeepers in our astrology, right? Is like it's unacceptable for you to continue focusing on something that is not going to help you grow at this time. And if you do so, excuse me, right? If you do so, there's gonna be a lesson. Or, depending on, I don't know, Spirit is saying it like this, depending upon the hierarchy, depending upon the agreements and the soul contracts, your guides, your ancestors, right? Your DNA, your light body, many, many things. Spirit is saying, depending upon kind of like your lineup, it's like, okay, go with me. Cause Spirit is going to show me a picture. It's like knowing you're the daughter of the queen. And it's like, I know that you like to hang out with so-and-so and you're sowing your wild oats or whatever, but it's like, it's no longer, you've grown out of X, Y, and Z. You are being required now to step into the timeline of your divine sovereignty. You know what I mean? Let's tether back to, Spirit says, bring it back to how we've talked about themes of remember when we were talking about last year, like, I got the keys, like your divine inheritance, your ancestors, grandmothers, grandfathers, great spirit, right? Father God, Mother Goddess, all the divine spirit. And unity is like, hey, I'm sorry guys, y'all know it's me and this damn camera stand all the time. Listen. Somebody's like, I can give you some suggestions on how you should invest. Girl, look, friend, he, she, them, they, man, bro, sis, right? I love you so much. It could be like $1,000 camera stand bolted to my altar, which I would never do, but you get what I'm saying? And I would still bump it somehow. People are like, you should edit. I'm not going to do that. So I'm glad we had that talk together, right? Okay. Spirit is it's like this energy. And we're going to hop back to Sedna in a minute, because if you're not familiar with the dwarf planet, it is absolutely paramount in this water trine, which again, Saturn will continue on out, as will Neptune, the final karmic degree points in Pisces, okay, ruled by Neptune. Spirit said we gonna be swimming, okay? But right now it's definitely amplified. Listen, so because we are in Cancer season, we have a water stellium. We have we out here swimming, okay, y'all. It makes me think of that Frank Ocean song. What is it? I'm about to drive to the ocean. I'm about to swim something bigger than me. Kick off my shoes and swim good. Is that the name, y'all? Swim Good, Frank Ocean. But yeah, listen, Spirit says stay focused. Okay, it's like we went into the Akash, because this is about your divine sovereignty. This is about your ancestral inheritance. This is about your it's a lot of energy, you guys. It's like my hands almost felt shaky. It's about it's just those themes we keep coming back to, isn't it? It's like graduation on a huge scale, but it's as if you had to run a, Spirit says, not like a marathon, it's like a triathlon. Y'all, am I saying that right? And we're going out. Or you may have already found yourself completing, and now it's kind of the washing away. I feel like this will be tiered for many different, I don't know, Spirit says soul tribes, soul clusters, soul families, right? Divine union partners, divine masculine, feminine. That's something else that we need to come back to, you guys. In our soul family, if you want to use the word, in our collective here, in our tribe here, because we need to make sure we have a good understanding, or at least my, as I understand it, to be a spirit, and my teachers, ancestors, and my personal experience. Divine union, partnership, energies, stuff like that. We need to come back to that at some point. But it's like you have been called through the ring pass knot of your Akash. And it is like that moment when you understand, and when I see someone being crowned, is like not I'm hearing diadem. I think that has something to do with like a crown of many stars. It's much like this. It's like your crown chakra crowned. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Now it just makes me think about how there are so many things. This is why it's so important that the energetics and the archetypes of Saturn have to partner with the energetics and the archetypes of Neptune, working through these degrees. And now they're both retrograde, right? I think that in the remainder of Cancer season, you guys, we haven't even gotten to what is in the weekly lineup this week, okay? But in the remainder of Cancer season, yes, we will come upon our new moon at the end of the week. We will also come upon that second full moon in Capricorns. Very important. There's so much ancestral lineage. Okay, Spirit is saying it's not either or. It's sequential, Spirit says. First, it's like you have to take a bath. You have to get cleaned. You have to wash, release. It's like a washing. I'm seeing it as, like being under a waterfall, and you have to be washed. And Saturn will wash you clean in ways, and then also will Neptune. Saturn is about your maturity, about your responsibility, about it's this energy of I'm seeing like a ballet or a dance teacher, or what is the thing, the metronome? Is it a metronome? The piano teacher. I'm seeing someone like ticking, like 3 4, 5, and 6. And what have we learned up to this point? This is how I hear it, right? Because when Saturn being in Pisces also coupled Neptune in Pisces, right? And this Cancerian, it's a very mothering, it's a very, your grandmother came back. She's ticking a metronome, or she's watching you do the dance, and she's saying, you've got to correct the footwork. I know that it's hard. It's like, honey, I know it's hard. You know, why is it giving like, what spirit? Hold on. Why is it giving like Dolly Parton? I don't know. But like she's teaching y'all. No, I'm about to get a crazy visual. I'm going to tell you the whole thing, and you can either ride with it or you don't ride with it. Why am I seeing like, I don't really get down. Y'all don't, I don't really care, you know, love me or hate me, but I don't really get with Miley like that. But why am I seeing like Dolly with Miley? Spirit, what is this? I think it's just trying to highlight, it's like a matriarchal energy. And that's these water elements, right? Because Saturn, again, is very like life coachy. Saturn, you know, we've talked about Saturn's energy. Now, meanwhile, this whole time, you know, Jupiter is going to continue to work through this year and on into next May about what we're learning, how we're learning it, how is it inspiring us, what are we transforming in the crown, in the mental body. Okay, it's like we're reprogramming the mind based on the lessons that we've learned prior, and we're kind of at this, guys, this year, and it will tarry into, you know, next year as well. I feel like next year is going to be more of a crunch. That's just my personal opinion. We can talk about it later. But it's like, again, I'm going back to this dance class, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Spirit's like, what have we learned? You know, and it's very like Dolly Parton, like, oh, honey, you know, I know it's hard. Well, what is it? I hear in her voice, you know, and she is from the Appalachians here as well. I'm not very far at all from the Great Smoky Mountains, but it's like I hear it in a very Dolly voice, you know. Well, honey, we gonna, you know, sit out here up on this mountain with our tea, and we're gonna talk about what it is we gotta get done. You know, if it was easy, everybody wouldn't be doing it, honey. You know what I'm saying? It's very much this. But I also love that this image of her is coming up in my mind because, you know, she kind of keeps a joyful, like a playfulness, like, well, now don't y'all go taking it too seriously. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it is time for you to step into being what you were intended to be, you know, in your divine sovereignty, as if you were going back to your natural, organically intended state of beingness. This is how I hear it. I know that the thing about that is that when you, how do we say, Spirit says, when you are in a state of divine reclamation, you are reclaiming the power of your divine sovereignty. That requires sacrifice, because then things cannot all be attached to you. And you cannot carry yourself the way that you always carried yourself before. Why am I seeing, what's the movie with Hathaway? What is the movie where she was training on how to, it's this image of like training on how to become royal and how you have to move differently. It's kind of this essence. And as we continue to move into that, it's like working with these water elements to release emotional attachments that then we kind of can take good care of ourselves. You know how we always talk about, again, in Cancer season, you know, you guys, and we'll be there until July 22nd. You know, it's very nest at home. It's very, I mean, if you need to take a vacation, I think that's great, you know, but it is very nest, feeling safe, secure, nurture yourself, you know. This is a time that we need to be doing this with this water stellium right now, because everyone across the board, wait, how long are we? Mercury is still in Cancer. Okay, let me not get distracted, because a lot of planets are shifting gears tomorrow on the 2nd, by the way. It's kind of interesting. But I can't even say, like, how many, even Mercury completing its journey in Cancer, which will be over tomorrow. It's almost like a big purge of like all these generational ties, all these memories, I thought that I had to do it this way forever. I thought I was going to see everything like this forever. I thought I was going to be connected to these family members or in these long-term relationships, emotional bonded contracts forever. And now timelines are just, it's like, I hear it like this, wrapping up so quickly. Okay, it's gonna be time soon. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and go. It's like cue stage left. You're gonna be put out on the stage. You are the new divine sovereignty, right? And your grandmothers, they're trying to catch back around with us, this ancestral vibration in Cancer season that we do have access to when we're in divine feminine, powerful water cycles. It's like we can be still for a minute and it's like sitting in Spirit is showing me the moon card, but it's like she's sitting on the side of the water, with the wolf, with the dog, with the crab. She's sitting on land. Spirit is showing me like a cross between the star and the moon, and she has herself in touch with the water, which is a symbol for like, the currents of not just energy, but alchemy, divine memory. Now I'm seeing like the ocean and whales and marine life, like dolphins and whales, and these ideas of whales being aeons and aeons and aeons old record keepers. And, they say when they sing into the water, it's like vibrates your entire emotional field. And all this is the energy I feel. But she's sitting, again, seeing with me a cross between the moon and the stars. She's like sitting with her hands in the water. And it's like something almost molecular is happening to her, and it is spirit, and it's also energetic. I'm just saying her because I'm thinking of the character that you see on the card and the star, right? But take it as it will in your own perception, right, of yourself. And it's like letting go of what we need to let go of, cleansing memories, cleansing emotions, becoming even more sensitive to our intuition. And then again, Venus is in Cancer until what? Like the second week of July 10th, July 11th, something like that. We're really caring for ourselves right now, right? Mentally and emotionally and spiritually, so that we can move through this huge, it's almost like the epitome right now with this water trine. I'm sorry, I said water trine. There are trines right now with this water stellium and these very, again, final down to the minute markers, especially with Neptune, also with Saturn though, soon with Saturn. It's like if ever there was a rebirth portal where you're going to push yourself out of the head of a womb and become that reclamation of who you were divinely intended to be. And it's happening in the age of Aquarius, which is all about reclaim your individualism. You have to be the most authentic version of yourself. Now, listen, sometimes, I don't know, somebody's spirit guide, somebody's ancestor coming through here. Spirit said, this is spirit. Okay. Spirit said, wait, what else do we have? Mars still in Taurus. Yeah, thank goodness. Because we need that grounding. We need that grounding because we're so sensitive right now with all this water and Cancer season, all of this karmic endings en masse. Spirit said, we can be kind of provoked easily. I'm glad that Mars is in Taurus, so we can kind of have that grounding and security, okay? So that our will to act, our will to be inspired, and then our will to act can kind of not be coming out of a place where we're too, emotional, too chaotic. We got to deal with these feelings, right? Because we want to now, as we rebirth through this water stellium portal, right? We want to create long-lasting change. We want to have good stamina. So Mars in Taurus is really helping us out right now. Uranus is still in Taurus as well, you know. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful during this watery time in July here that we have these Taurus elements. Because remember Chiron. Also remember the North Node in Aries. You know, we are just, it's like, ooh, the amount of purge. Ooh, the amount of, oh, we told you was going to have to feel it to heal it. Well, now you're really going to feel it. You're really going to feel it. It makes me think of how, if you've ever read old stories about, you know, these fantastical witch powers and like the element of water and, you know, that whole notion, oh, you know, we could name plenty of movies, but that whole idea of, every time I cry, like it rains or a pipe busts. What was that, from The Craft or whatever? But I mean, there's so many different stories, you know, pick the one you like, but it's this idea of like, you've got to process those emotions, or they're just going to keep you stuck in a lower timeline and a lower frequency if you're not able to clear the waters so that you can make the best of this opportunity to reprogram your mind. And when I say mind, I mean mental body. I mean third eye. I mean crown chakra. All those work together. It's almost, I don't want to say anyone is like damned to a timeline, but I mean, with Saturn in retrograde here, it's like you really need to evaluate. I don't know why Spirit is saying like where your head is going to come out of this birth portal. Excuse me. Goodness. Ooh, throat chakra, not today. It is tough, you know, because there's so many layers of where is everyone at on their healing journey, on their self-awareness journey. Listen, some people ain't on the journey. They ain't on the train. They ain't on the bus. They ain't even got on. They missed it. As what I was saying before is like, I hate to say that anyone is damned to a certain, you know, well, it's this whole idea right now. And if you listen to energetics and channelers and messages and spirituality, I mean, really so many different things. Astrology as well. It's kind of like it's a do or die time frame right now. And, you know, depending upon your individual chart, somebody could always say, well, whatever is meant for you, you'll never miss it. I mean, yes. I will tell you what, if that is in your, if that is what you contracted, I'm just putting some oil in my hands because this energy is like, woo. I mean, the collective is really emotional right now, you know, and I'm not surprised by that, but the energy is, it's deep. I feel like somebody just said, well, duh, you're right. Duh. The thing is that it's like missing a train that you've waited multiple decades to be at the podium for at just that time. Now, does that mean that your soul contract, we could say your Akash, we could use all these different terminologies. Does that mean that the train is not ever going to come back around to you again? Not necessarily. But now how much harder will you have to work? Because now you may put yourself in a position, especially when Saturn and Neptune shift and they complete their orbit of the zodiac wheel. And then the North Node in Aries is trying to guide you spiritually too, from your crown. You know, that's a big... Now's the time to receive the messages from Spirit. Now's the time to purge the emotional bondage. Now is a time to also connect with your ancestrals. That's galactic ancestrals. That's ancestors in this lifetime on Gaia, on the earth. Ancestors now, ancestors back. You know what I'm saying? Ancestors is a broad term. I'm just trying to highlight that. But with 2 full moons back to back in Capricorn as well, you guys. Ciao. We haven't even picked up the card. Let me pick up these cards. We'll see if Spirit wants us to channel through any tarot cards today, but it's an amazing time ancestrally as well. Not just because Cancer is about family lineage, ancestors, ancestral karma, your spirit line, your spirit line. Okay. Your ancestral lineage, a lot of these things is cancerial, but also Capricorn, right? And then these 2 big Saturn and Neptune and Pisces. It's like this divine maternal guidance. But also Capricorn, you imagine, is like if you went back to your ancestral tree. And then don't miss this as well. Pluto, the Lord of death in the underworld and all these different things, you know, but also higher power and evolution and new life through death, right? Pluto will come back one more time to kind of sit down into Capricorn energy in the fall, because right now we're retrograde through Aquarius. And then after he kind of checks back up with Capricorn, he will be in Aquarius. And then we will kind of roll forward into this whole age of Pluto and Aquarius. Buckle up, Buttercup. You know what I'm saying? It's really a vibe right now of Aquarius back in the cosmos, seeing the whole panoramic view, talking about, what am I hearing? Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Down. Something, show you something you're never gonna forget. Right? That's how I hear it. You ain't seen nothing yet. That's okay. We are divinely prepared accordingly at all times. We are never put in things that we cannot handle. We are divine sovereign beings, right? You are a divine sovereign being. I am a divine sovereign being. So don't you go be sitting down in fear. We've done too much work for us to go back there, have we not? Let's not go confusing our perspectives to a sword. That'd be like a fighter training X amount of years to then be like, I can't do this fight. I'm too scared. What? What? You're whole Akash. Like, this is why you incarnated, to go in the ring. What you mean? Okay, let me digress. Spirit said that's not the message that we're staying on. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's go back to the train. But you may put yourself in a position where it's just, you cannot be pulled off the track right now. And if you are, some would say, well, if I am, it was divinely intended to be that way. And you're definitely right. But I will also say that sometimes when we put, spirit, ancestors, for the highest and best good always, right? How do you say? Okay, if you had to pick a time to be rolling back through karma again, it's not the time, my friends, because that's almost like saying, well, sure, you might catch your train, honey, but these trains about to be shut down and you won't be able to get up on this podium for damn near another 20 years. I hear it like this. When will you have access to the podium again? Well, honey, I can't guarantee you that, you know, and you did seize here on this contract here you got when you came into this human body for this experience. Yes, because you're a spiritual being. Well, not everybody here is that, but I digress. It's the video for another day. Let's stay focused. There's no telling when you might be able to get on that podium again. You get what I'm saying? Is it the dream? Is it the purpose? Is it the time to end a relationship? Is it the time that you need to move? Is it the time that you're kind of looking around? Excuse me. This takes me back to my own personal work early this morning with like cards and different things, right? And the theme, I was working on like, you know, what is the theme? What is the energy? July here. July is, child, you better evaluate your house. You better fall back, take care of yourself. It was a very wolf pack. I think one of the oracle cards had a wolf on it. So wolf energy with a lot of like, the universe loves you. The universe is taking care of you, but you have to kind of claim also taking care of yourself. If you're looking around right now and it's like people are just disappearing left and right, things are changing very quickly. It's a very much a repetitive, I always thought this person would be here. I always thought, and then it's like, no. Okay, if things are being, I don't know, I'm hearing like unattached from you, don't sit in limbo with it. We just have to keep moving forward. You know, you gotta catch that train and keep moving with it. And a lot of work we did even last year was in preparation for moments that are happening this year. Remember how we talked about an 8 year? We talked about the 8-8 Lionsgate portal, but this energy is happening all year long because it's almost like we've had many of these podium train stops. And it's almost like at each stop, there's distractions, there's tests, and it's like, now I'm seeing the white rabbit with his little timepiece, I'm late for a very important date. And everybody's like, where's he? Always got somewhere to go. And it's like, we are the rabbit in these different portals of crazy wormholes and time loops. This is a leap year. And it is like, now Spirit is kind of showing me it's like Mario going through do 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 do, and he's trying to hop and time everything correctly, and I think there are huge themes that are going to be very, very important this week. Okay, you got to love yourself and take good care of yourself. And make sure that you are not doing that to yourself. How do you say, Spirit? What are you trying to say? Make sure you're not doing that to yourself in a way that keeps you in limbo. Make sure that it's not a bypassing and unhealthy habits that we may be trying to call as self-love, but it's really more like, I don't know, Spirit said, pacifying, self-pacifying. That's not the same as self-love, right? Spiritual bypassing is not the same as doing actual self-awareness, self-healing. For some reason, I'm patting my heart chakra, and I do a lot of tapping work, especially like in the mornings before I go exercise or whatever I'm going to do. But I was tapping on my heart chakra. I don't know. Maybe there's somatic body release that's needed during this cycle. We're releasing a lot. Purging on a level, child. Spirit saying like it could be multiple lifetimes with the way that Saturn is placed right now in Pisces, timed with the way that Neptune is placed right now in the last ending. It's almost like a still a void. And Spirit is showing me it's almost like someone keeps dunking your head in until you are really, why, okay, Spirit is showing me is like, I'm seeing a visual of like, how many times do I have to get rebaptized? And it's like, until you're clean. Okay, what is the meme where it's like, it's from a movie, but she's spraying her down in like a hospital psych ward shower. You know what I'm talking about? And she's like, I'm clean. You know what I'm saying? People love to clip that one and use it for retrogrades, but it's very much like this. And at the same time, it's this waves of collective grief. And again, I go back to, we talked about this in a previous collective video where it was like, your ancestor and guides behind you, right? And I'm pulling my eyelids backwards, right? They're holding your eyes open and it's like, no, you can't, you will not. Oh shit. But listen, let me tell you, the image is different this time. Spirit showed me. It's like after you got out of that psych ward shower. Ooh, love and light. We've all been there. Okay, I'm not saying in a psych ward, but we felt, what I'm talking about. We've all felt that moment. Okay. It's like Spirit then brings you, because Cancer season and the moon, it's like this illumination of you have to look in the mirror. Is the mirror, okay. And Spirit is saying, oh shit, hold on, you guys. Spirit is saying you will continue to see other mirrors in other people and other situations until you are able to let your eyelids be peeled back so you can look in the mirror at yourself. And then Spirit was kind of showing me, well, if they're not ready to look in the mirror, what is it, y'all? I'll stare directly at the sun, but never at the mirror. Ooh. Something my coverted narcissism disguises altruism. Narcissist. What song? Oh, that's Taylor, y'all. That's Swiftie. Child, she got a Cancer moon. Don't get me started. That song. Oh shit, y'all. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me at tea time. Oh, shoot. But anyway, the whole point of that song was that line, I'll stare directly at the sun, but never at the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero shit. It's so appropriate, though, because it's like Spirit's trying to get you to a place. We're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up in 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and go. You're about to be put on stage left. It's time for you. You're stepping into your divine sovereignty that may be presented to you as a career opportunity, as a creative endeavor, as a spiritual experience. There are so many different ways, and they're all equally important in the entirety of the collective, the Spirit says. But if we cannot do our own alchemy by, staring directly at the mirror, again, this image, and it's almost like when we stare at the mirror, Spirit is showing me we're seeing just so many things, right? Different scenes from your life, different moments of reflection, different trauma, different shadow. This is a part of shadow work that's very, very hard for people. That's why everybody's not doing it. But I'm hearing from my set of guides, it's like your mothers are here. Oh, that's so comforting, man. It's like remember how we were saying all of the avatars are coming online now? It's almost like every grandmother you ever could have even had since the dawn of time is like connected to you right now, because it's such a powerful water window. And it will remain to be that way, of course, for the entirety of Saturn completing the journey in Pisces and the wheel, and also Neptune doing the same. But it's amplified for a couple of weeks right now in like massive intensity, because we have to look at the mirror. And then it's like, okay, listen, Spirit is showing me and again, I'm hearing someone drank too much, but they're showing me an image. But I will say, if it's a side note, if you're drinking too much, that's very Neptunian, that's very Piscean, that's very shadow. Please, please be careful. It is not. Listen, it's not a good time for that, okay? I love you so much. I love you so much, and I don't tell you anything that I've never had to tell myself in other cycles. Child. What is it? Your girl says on Instagram, she be talking about catch it. I'm gonna never sit at this altar right here and tell you anything that I haven't been through, because that's the nature of being a shaman. That's the nature of being a high priestess. That's the nature of being a wise one. Whatever terminology you want to use for those way showers that show the patterns and the frequencies to those who want to catch it. Okay, the thing is, the caveat to that is we have to die a lot of fucking deaths. We have to go through a lot of things so that we can really understand in true empathy. You know what I'm saying? That divine sovereignty has to go through all those cycles. It's almost like a review of cycles in front of the mirror too, Spirit is showing me. Very Cancerian, very past life, ancestral karma. It stops with me, timeline healing. Well, I don't care if I'm the one who has to see it all, because it's going to stop with me. This is the vibration, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that's the pathway to walk into your divine sovereignty, to activate your divine inheritance. And child, if you think we talking about inheriting money, I know you better go, it's so much bigger than that. I'm talking about inheriting sovereignty. All right? And everything else trickles down from that, okay? Trickle down. The trickle down, okay. But let me tell you something else that I was feeling as well this weekend. Spirit is bringing me back to, okay? And now I'll keep looking at Sedna, because we were thinking about Sedna. Sorry, I was thinking about Sedna, and I was trying to see. Oh, goodness. Sedna, Sedna, by the way. It's just great myth to read about. And she does have to do with the ocean, this powerful water spirit. She orbits way, way, way out. We call her trans-Neptunian because she's so far in the outer solar system. She's out past Neptune. The happiness card came out. It's very specific to only this deck. It's like an extra card. It's like a caveat to the sun card. But anyway, Spirit, are we going to get to Sedna? Spirit said, bring it back to the message I'm trying to tell you. Okay. This weekend I was noticing and chatting with a friend that we were like, wow, I was kind of nervous about how's it going to feel when, Saturn goes retrograde, because it's like a big slowdown in the energy. You know, when we're talking about all this high power magnetism, very fiery Leo ruled years, the strength card, it's a very Egyptian, it's dragons. We got all this, right? And so we've kind of been on this crazy energetic journey, and now we are going to really start gearing down. Tell me why y'all my mugwort. Is this Yoruba? Well, I can't remember something else in here with this mugwort, but she's not one to like today. It's a really good time to work with water too. So I don't know, you may have like sprays or stuff that may be, you know, it's kind of a chill out on the fire a little bit. But I feel actually better that Saturn has went into retrograde in Pisces, because it's kind of like, okay, bet. Saturn is out there coaching. Again, I'm going to fall back on Molly McCord, and she made this beautiful imagery about Saturn's like a lifeguard out on the bounds, blowing the whistle when necessary, but watching, seeing what everybody's doing, keeping a watchful eye. And the name of the game with it is like, it's all about bringing your imagination down out of your dissolution. It's all about learning how to make something concrete with the dreams that Spirit has uniquely and divinely placed inside of you. It's also about emotional intelligence, you know? But I do like that I feel like it's like locking Saturn in retrograde and working Saturn's energy with Pluto. I feel like it's very complementary. It's almost like, okay, you've chosen where you stand. It makes me think of this book, you guys. Was it A Discovery of Witches? Holla, if you read Discovery of Witches, you're my people. Yes. Ugh. But one of her ancestors was explained to her at one point, she was like saying this very coined line, like, okay, it looks like you've made your choice. And once she made her choice, everything started making movement around her choice. And remember, she kind of had to go through all of these. Why is Spirit showing me this book now? All of this big emotional purge. And then boom, she made her choice. And her ancestors, you know how they would be chilling in the house, like all the ghosts. Would that not be the weirdest, but also the coolest thing? Like, hey, Grandma, can you help me out? But also kind of weird. Not the point. They understood that Diana, which is funny because I've been doing all of this stuff with Artemis. You know what? I love Spirit is just wild, and so is this universe. There's no coincidence. I've been making all these like Artemis candles and oils and stuff, offering to Artemis. Somebody's like, where can I see it? I know, I'm working on a shop, you guys. All the things. I want to show you the candle now, but I'm going to get distracted. The point was Diana had made her choice. And so I feel like Saturn is ready to partner in emotional maturity and say, I'm so fucking proud of you that you swam out to this mark and you made your choice. That doesn't mean that it's going to be easy after this, but it means that I don't know why I'm seeing someone getting flailed. It's like, wow, you went through a lot of crossroads to choose this, okay? Right? Look, Two of Swords with happiness. And you made your choice, right? And now it's like, wow, okay. And now it's almost like we can romance this life now. Right? We see the cup of new possibilities. Look at this Neptunian energy. You see the fish in his cup? And now it's like, all right, we are ready to roll up our sleeves. Yes, there still may be grief to have. There still may be like emotions to purge, but we understand something. A spiritual lesson, perhaps a release of an old, or more than, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably more than one old relationships, because listen, we do have a north node south node axis between Aries and Libra. It's all about everybody can't go with you on this spiritual warrior's journey, okay? But we're at 45 minutes, so I don't want to go off. We do need to come back around, though, soon and reflect on the North Node, South Node, because before we know it, that'll be shifting for us. We can cocoon with our ancestors and with our spirit guides and with the divine mothering spirit, again, so much that energy. Archangel Gabriel energy is very much the cup of the cosmos, the mother's, kind of the mother's milk. It's this very divine mothering energy. It's cocooning you. Saturn is understanding that you've made your choice and enforcing proper boundaries around you. Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody ever going to hold up all your boundaries for you, but do you get what I'm saying? The energy, I keep hearing, if you have made your choice. Right? And if you know, no one needs to tell you. I love you so much, but I'm here to tell you, if you've made the choice. Have you made your choice? Yes. And now the things will begin falling. The timeline will begin shaping around you accordingly. Right? This will be grieving sometimes. This doesn't mean that all the challenges will subside, but there's a lot of emotional growth. There's literally lifetimes worth of past life of release, of karma. It's a very powerful time. Please remember, though, it's good. It's okay to start developing new dreams, new visions. It's this idea of taking care of your own emotions, filling your own cup. But the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups is a very big, art, romance, believing. I believe in magic again. Okay, I made my choice. And then I put my sacrifices on the altar. And then I stood my fucking ground. And now here we find ourselves with Saturn and Neptune in retrograde. It's giving that very, y'all, what am I hearing that song? If we locked in, ain't no switching up. It's that. And it doesn't have to be about a relationship. It's about an energetic frequency. Maybe you've now locked into, I choose my happiness. And in choosing my happiness, I choose my divine worth, right? In choosing my happiness, I choose to let everything else fall away that's not authentically aligned with my highest and best good. In choosing my happiness, I'm able to, and somebody's like, oh, wow, it's real cheesy. Everything's not about happiness. Okay, then you don't get it. This is a very much, I made my choice and I know that everything is working out for me. Y'all know I'm going to preach. I will preach Abraham Hicks on you in a hot minute. Don't play with me. And that's coming from somebody who it was not always fluffy, warm, love and light. And we done been through some things over here. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell you that I choose the perspective of this, then I done tried the other ones on, okay? Let's just, let's not be like that to each other, okay? Because we don't all know our backstories. You got to watch out for those people, all right? Spirit is saying you got to watch out for them people that's been in real ugly, real nasty, real abusive, real shadowy. That's that Blu-ray, starseed level, okay? Where is Scorpio in your chart type of shit? Right? You don't know where I've been, what I have been given on my plate to alchemize when I tell you that I choose this perspective of everything has always been working out for me and it will continue to always work out for me. I don't know. I just keep hearing that in 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And it's about time you're going to go step on the stage, like enter stage left. It keeps coming back to that. It's like your divine mother saying, you're not called to drown. You are called to keep swimming. You're about to go on the stage. And stage doesn't mean I'm trying to say you got to be famous or it's a stage of life. You're about to step into this ownership of your Akashics. You're about to step into the ownership of this shit will not fucking continue past me. You're about to step into the ownership of I didn't go through everything that I was called to alchemize because now I've made my choice. Now watch. Oh, you say Pluto is going into Aquarius in the age of Aquarius? Bet. I'm rolling my sleeves up. You're going to tell me I'm not going to believe in magic? Not today. It's this coming into divine alignment with your true purpose and what you had to grieve, what you had to sacrifice, what you refused to continue tarrying at the crossroads for, is how I hear this. And if you're not like right on the precipice of this right now, I will tell you that Saturn retrograde is going to help you sort the rest of it out. Because y'all already know, like, just because you decide to put some boundaries up around your house, that mean people ain't going to show up at your house? No, sure the fuck don't. Wish it did, don't it? Wish it did. No, that means you are just then going to be called to stand in your divine sovereign authority. I'm hearing you can't sit here. And I'm talking about energy. Because energy people hops, energy situation hops, energy entity, and all of these different type of inverted dark matrix things, they hop. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not always going to be one person. It's not always going to be one this, one that. It's repetitive. And you get to the point where you say, once again, I'm hearing that, have you made your choice? Yes, I have. It's like, and then you switch into that Neo mode where he gets it. And 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And I'm seeing Neo, he's like moving so fast, he's moving slow, but he's dodging bullets. And he's like, this ain't even fucking with me. This don't even touch me. I have my boundaries. Your house could be your body. Your house could be your spiritual mindset. Your house could literally be your house. And Spirit said it could be all of the above, but you're like on this shit right here. And 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Saturn is the dance teacher. Saturn is the, what did we say? The lifeguard. He's not blowing the whistle. He's just counting you down, and you're swimming your strokes. You're standing at your doorstep and you're like, I've made my choice. Everything else is going to fall in line, right? Woo! The energy of this, but there's a big thing too on like, don't, I don't know. I'm being drawn to this card is like, as you romance life, as you see that flowers are actually growing on your side of the grass where it's greener because you watered it, etc., etc. You're believing in magic again. You're romancing the idea of, oh shit, we're about to rebirth a whole new timeline. Yes. Okay, does that mean that the ocean is necessarily going to just be easy, smooth sailing in the background? Not really. Might you still need to purge some things from yourself, but from the collective? Yes. We're going to keep holding our cup, though. This makes me think of, like, you know, Buddha talking about, you know, it's like you're on the ship, but you're the master of yourself, and the things will come and go. You get what I'm saying? But you're still smelling the flowers. You're still seeing the potential in the cup of this, what you've chosen, right? Right. So we have an opportunity to learn mastery over our emotions. This Cancer season, again, is helping you take care of yourself. Get real clear. Get real fucking clear on what it is you want and need. Because you're the divine spirit walking in the form of this fleshly experience in this incarnation on these contracts you agree to. And they're completing, zipping up, tidying up, moving out, clearing up. Remember we talked about we're reinstalling we're unzipping all kind of new files, okay? Because these timelines are moving out hot and quick. Don't forget it's a leap year. And we're about to start out fresh. You want to make sure you're planted firmly on what it is that you want. And you can call on the energy of Saturn and your ancestors. These back-to-back full moons in Capricorn is very like, let's get rooted, let's get clear. We about to roll our sleeves up and work on a whole bunch of new shit, but you get to choose what it is. You want to do new, or do you want to repeat? You want to take a leap year and get stuck in more time loops, or do you want to yeet yourself out the back? Like, right? The riding the wheel of fortune. Remember we talked about passing the Sphinx. Do you want to crack the riddle, or do you just want to stay back here chilling with all the people who's just going to be talking about? They don't even know we're doing a riddle yet. Okay? You get what I'm saying? Listen. Ooh, this is long today. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. I sit down and become open to the channel of messages that want to come through the astrology, through the cards, right? Had no idea we were going to be on like 55 minutes today. So if you're here, I'm thankful for you. I really appreciate you. I'm going to hit it and get it with my packages. I'm so blessed to have wonderful events where I can share creations. I look forward to continuing to get a website rolling. And yeah, I just appreciate your energy here. I'm glad we can connect and work on our self-awareness, our healing, and our growth journey together. Okay, take good care of yourself. Rest. Please process your emotions. Please, like, let shit go that is just trying to go right now. Just let it go. It's okay. And it's not just about a person. It's not just about a place or a specific defined thing. It's energy. Just let it go right now. Okay? Take good care of yourself. I love you. I look forward to getting back on our schedule where we check in with each other a few times a week. We are coming upon a new moon at the end of the week, so do your banishing work, do your release, there's lots of release. This is a good week for it, okay? It's a good couple weeks for it, but this week is great because we're going to be working down towards the dark moon and then moving into the new cycle. So I love you guys. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a good week, okay? I look forward to getting back with you soon. All right. Take good care. Bye.